Hello and welcome to Better Talk English, the podcast where you learn how to speak English naturally, confidently, and step by step. My name is Jason, and I'm really glad you are here with me today. Take a moment, relax, and get ready to improve your English, not by studying harder, but by speaking smarter. In today's episode, we are talking about something very important, something that stops many learners from becoming fluent: thinking too much before speaking. Maybe you know this feeling very well. You want to say something in English, the idea is in your mind, you know the words, or at least some of them, but before you speak, your brain starts working very hard. You start asking yourself questions. Is this correct? What tense should I use? Is my pronunciation okay? Maybe I should say it differently. And suddenly, you stop. You don't speak. Or maybe you speak, but very slowly. You pause. You hesitate. You say, again and again. And after the conversation, you think, I could have said that better. If this sounds like you, I want you to know something very important. This is completely normal. It doesn't mean you are bad at English. It doesn't mean you can't become fluent. It only means that your brain is still in the thinking stage, not yet in the speaking stage. And today, we are going to change that. Let's begin with a simple truth. Speaking English is not about thinking, it's about doing. Think about your native language. When you speak, do you stop and think about grammar rules? Do you build sentences word by word? Do you translate in your head? No, you just speak. Words come out naturally. You don't even notice the process. It feels automatic. Why? Because your brain has practiced it for years. It doesn't need to think anymore. It just acts. Now, with English, your brain is still learning, so it tries to control everything. It tries to be careful. It tries to be perfect. But this control creates a problem. The more you think, the harder it is to speak. Let me explain this in a very simple way. There are two ways your brain can use English. The first way is slow. You think, you translate, you check grammar, you correct yourself. The second way is fast. You speak, you react, you express your ideas without stopping. The first way is useful when you study. The second way is necessary when you speak. But many learners try to use the first way during conversation, and that's why they struggle. So your goal is not to think better. Your goal is to think less and speak more. Let's imagine a situation. Someone asks you, what do you usually do on weekends? If you overthink, your brain says, okay, present simple, structure, vocabulary, let me build a perfect sentence, and you freeze. But if you relax and speak simply, you can say, I relax, I watch videos, I meet friends. Is it perfect? Maybe not. Is it natural? Yes. Is it effective? Absolutely. Here is something that will change the way you see English forever. You don't need perfect English to communicate. You need usable English. Usable English is simple. Usable English is clear. Usable English is fast. And most importantly, usable English is spoken. Now, let's talk about one of the biggest problems: translation. Many learners think in their native language and then translate into English. This creates a delay. That delay makes you slow. That slowness creates pressure. That pressure creates fear. And that fear makes you silent. So what's the solution? You need to start thinking directly in English. Don't worry, this doesn't mean you need advanced vocabulary. Start very small. Right now, look around and say in your mind, I am sitting. This is my phone. The room is quiet. These are simple sentences, but they are powerful. because you are not translating, you are thinking directly in English. Now take the next step. Say them out loud, even quietly, even if you whisper. This is how you train your brain to connect thoughts and language without translation. At first, it may feel slow. That's okay. But after some time, something interesting happens. You stop translating. You stop thinking so much, and you start speaking more naturally. Now let's talk about another powerful tool, repetition. Repetition is not boring. Repetition is training. When you repeat something many times, your brain says, "This is important. I will remember this." And after enough repetition, something amazing happens. You don't need to think anymore. The sentence just comes out. Let's practice together. Repeat after me. I speak English every day. Again. I speak English every day. Again. I speak English every day. Now faster. I speak English every day. Do you feel the difference? The sentence becomes easier. Your mouth becomes more comfortable. Your confidence increases. This is how fluency is built. Now, let's go a little deeper. Fluency is not about knowing many words. Fluency is about using the words you already know quickly and easily. Many learners know hundreds, even thousands of words, but they can't use them in real conversation. Why? Because they don't practice using them automatically. So instead of learning more and more vocabulary, try this. Take simple words and use them in many different ways. For example, I go to work, I go to school, I go outside, I go home. Same structure, different ideas. This builds speed. This builds confidence. Now, let's talk about fear again. Fear is not your enemy. It is just a signal. It means you are doing something new. It means you are growing. But if you listen to fear too much, it will stop you. So instead of saying, "I'm afraid to speak," say this, "I will speak even if I'm afraid." That one decision changes everything. Let's imagine another situation. You meet someone and they ask, "Where are you from?" You can answer simply, "I'm from Tajikistan." Then they ask, "How long have you been learning English?" You can say, "For 2 years." Short answers are okay. You don't need long explanations. You don't need perfect grammar. You just need to respond. Now, I want you to try something new. After this episode, talk to yourself for 1 minute, just 1 minute. Talk about your day, your plans, your feelings. For example, today I woke up early. I felt tired, but I had coffee. Now I feel better. Later, I will study English. It doesn't matter if it's simple. What matters is that you are speaking. Let's do a short guided practice together. Repeat after me. I don't need to think too much. I just need to speak. I improve every time I speak. I am becoming more confident. Say these again later today. Let them become your new mindset. Now, let's talk about something very important, consistency. You don't need to practice for hours. You just need to practice every day. 5 minutes a day is powerful because consistency builds habit, and habit builds fluency. Think of English like a muscle. If you use it every day, it becomes stronger. If you don't use it, it becomes weak. So speak every day, even a little. And remember this, you don't become fluent by thinking about English. You become fluent by using English. Before we finish, let's take a moment to imagine your future again. You are speaking English easily. You are relaxed. You are confident. You are not translating. You are not overthinking. You are just speaking. That version of you is real, and you are building it step by step every time you open your mouth and speak. So today, don't wait. Speak one sentence, then another tomorrow, then another the next day. Keep going. And one day, you will realize something amazing. You are no longer thinking too much. You are just speaking. Thank you so much for being here with me today. This is Better Talk English, and I'm Jason. Keep practicing, keep speaking, and enjoy your journey with English. I'll see you in the next episode.